Vijayalaxmi, Assistant Professor in Statistics from Department of Mathematics and Statistics. Today, I would like to discuss about time series and its components. Coming to time series, the definition is the arranging of statistical data in a chronological order in accordance with the time. Such data we call it as time series data. Basically, you can consider climate or prices or sales of a particular commodity in a particular span of time. Whatever the data we are collecting, such type of data we call it as a time series data. And coming to the components of time series, components is nothing but the effect of various aspects, what all affecting the value of the variable in a time series, we call it as a components of time series. Basically, the time series is divided into 4 categories. First one, long-term variation, we call it as a secular trend or simply trend. Second one, cyclic variation. Third one, seasonal variation. And the fourth one, irregular and random fluctuations, we call it as. Long-term variation, it's a long-term variation you will observe. This is like you will observe whether the tendency of a particular commodity either increasing or decreasing. Especially if you go with upward tendencies, you can observe the population of a people in an academic year or in a decade of 10 years. If you have considered the population, the day by day it is drastically changing. Downward tendencies, if you see the illiteracy rate in any country, if you consider whether it is decreasing or see, we can observe clearly. As you know, the government is planning so many schemes and all where people are utilizing that, and you can see the illiteracy rate is decreasing down. So where we can see downward tendency. Coming to seasonal variation, the word itself, it sounds with a season. It could be less than an year. Generally, the seasonal variations are of 2 types. One is man-made one and another one is natural one. Coming to the natural one, we can consider the climates like summer season, rainy season, winter season, etc. Whereas man-made seasons like festivals, we can consider marriage seasons and all, where you can find in a summer season, example, if I consider the mangoes or refrigerators, ACs, water coolers, if you see the sales of particular things, it will rise like anything. Because of that particular season, the sales are increasing. And if I come to man-made thing, like festival seasons, we can observe like sweets or jewelry is going to increase. The prices of particular things will be very high due to that particular season which was created by man. So this is called seasonal variation. Coming to cyclic variation, we generally observe in industry or in a business field. Broadly, it is classified into 4 phases: prosperity, recession, depression and recovery. Generally, in any business, we can see these 4 stages where particular product will have a high boom and it will come down, and because of some policies making and all, we can recover the time series data. This is called cyclic variation. And the last one is irregular variation, which is randomly occurs, as you have seen pandemic in the time of we can't expect this as a periodic one. It will change according to the time, or it can be anything. Based on that, irregularly it will occur. So such variations we call it as irregular or random variation. Like we can assume floods, wars or pandemics or epidemics, anything we can consider under irregular variation. And coming to the time series, it not only calculate the data according to the time, but also it predicts or forecasts the future values, how a particular pattern of data is changing year after the year or month after the month, how it is changing. Even we can predict the future, we can forecast it. Basically, in calculating the climatic conditions and all, based on the previous climate conditions, we can forecast how future is going to be. So this is what time series and its components. Thank you.